Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. We're on the Macclesfield Canal, and in this video I go through all 12 of the Bosley locks. The Bosley lock flight has been chained shut for several weeks now, not because of the coronavirus but because of low water levels, but today is an open day, so I'm going through. It's only open for a few hours and there'll be lots of other boats wanting to go through as well. So let's have a quick look at the map. We're starting at the bottom left there, the yellow marker. And then we go through all 12 of the locks. You can't stop in between them. That orange line is the feeder. Bosley Reservoir feeds water into the canal, and that comes in at the top lock. Also at the top lock are the boaters' facilities, so I'll be stopping there as well. Now though, we've got a short journey to the bottom of the lock flight, and there will be a queue. I'm setting off early. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And here we are at the visitor moorings at the bottom of the lock flight. This is a lovely place to stop, by the way. Anyway, I looked ahead and I found out that I was number 8 in the queue. There were quite a lot of boats here already and waiting to come through, so I was in for a bit of a wait. Eventually it was my turn. Another 3 boats had turned up behind me, so there were quite a few of us going through the locks, and also a lot of people coming down as well. So just before we go in, let's have a look at the map again. Bosley Locks rises or falls about 118 feet. And when you're at the top, you're over 500 feet above sea level. To be honest, I wasn't looking forward to it. 12 locks in a row is usually more than I would be happy to do on my own in one go. But there's no choice for it, there's no stopping on the way, so we've got to go through all of them. We've only got a few hours to go through because then all the locks will be changed shut again. So here we go. I'm not going to show every single lock because that would just be too boring. As you can see, these locks are made out of very substantial blocks of stone. Normally on this flight there would be some volunteer lock keepers to help you through, but we did hear that they had been arranged for this day, but then cancelled at the last moment due to coronavirus precautions. But the lock flight was busy with other boaters, so there was a certain amount of help at the locks, so it wasn't too bad. However, I was expecting it to take me about 3 hours to go through all 12 locks. In the end it turned out at about 2.5 hours, but there was an awful lot of queuing time at the very beginning before I even started.
Yeah. I can guarantee it's not going to be that simple for us.
camera got a bit splashed there. This lock flight was so busy and there was such time limitations on getting through that I wasn't really able to concentrate on videoing the trip particularly, so I'm just having to rely on the bow camera for the most part. Lock 6 was a bit tricky. There's a very bad leak in the top gate, and if I do my usual trick of keeping the bow up against the top gate as I'm going up in the lock, I would get badly flooded. So I had to stay right back and fill the lock very carefully in this one. The A54 main road crosses the canal here at Bridge 55. Quite busy. Nearly there now. All of these boats are waiting to come down the flight, and there were so many of them they had to actually extend the opening hours to let them all through, because they couldn't very well chain the lock flight closed again with boats in the middle. And here we are. This is lock 1, the top lock. Once I'm through here, that's all the locks done on the Macclesfield Canal. Immediately to the right of me, alongside the top lock, is a building which contains the boaters' facilities, and there's a little channel I can go in to access that. Here's the aerial map. I'm just coming out of the top lock, and you can see the little channel. That's actually the feeder. That's where the Bosley Reservoir empties water into the canal. So I'm going to come out of the lock and then reverse back down into that little feeder channel, and then fill it with water, empty the Elsan, and get rid of the rubbish. And here we are. You'll need your waterways key to open these doors, and the rubbish point is just over there on the other side of that van. And that's all done. We've got the water, emptied the Elsan, got rid of the rubbish. It's always a nice feeling when you do that. So now I'm just heading to find somewhere nice to moor up. There's still boats queuing to go down through the lock, and incidentally there's a water point as well by that boat. Just after the queuing boats there's quite a lot of long-term moorings, but beyond them there's lots of nice metal piling to moor up on. It's a very isolated spot. There's nothing around here, but it's just what I need at this point in time. I'm actually quite tired from doing all those locks, so that's quite enough for one day. Just on the other side of Bridge 53 there's another water point. Look at that lovely crow on the back of that boat. Well past all the long-term moorings now, so time to moor up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.